All right, today we're diving into a huge story happening right at the intersection of big tech, AI, and education. Google has this incredibly bold new plan to help students tackle one of India's toughest exams, and honestly, it could completely change how millions of people learn. So, to really wrap your head around just how big of a deal this is, let me start with a question for you. What do you think is one of the most competitive, high stakes exams anywhere on the planet?
Well, the answer is an exam that millions, literally millions, of students in India take every single year. The pressure is just immense. For so many of them, their entire future is riding on this one test.
And that brings us to our first section, India's toughest exam. It's called the JEE, and it is the absolute gateway to a future in engineering for a whole new generation.
So the Joint Entrance Exam, or JEE, isn't just another test. You've got to understand, for anyone who wants to be an engineer in India, this is the defining moment. It decides who gets into the country's absolute top tech schools. You can kind of think of it like the SATs in the US or China's Gaokao, but with its own unique level of intensity.
So, with a challenge that massive, how is technology supposed to help? Well, that leads us right into our next section, Google's AI Study Buddy, which is a totally new kind of tutor. Okay, so here's the headline news. Google is building full-length practice tests for the JEE right into its Gemini AI. And let's be clear, this isn't just some simple search feature. We're talking about a powerful, dedicated test prep tool built from the ground up for this one specific high-stakes challenge. So how does it actually work? Well, it's this really clear three-step cycle. First, a student takes a full mock exam, and this is all high-quality, vetted content. Next, they get instant feedback. No waiting around, pinpointing exactly where they're strong and where they're weak. And finally, and this is the really cool part, Gemini uses that performance data to generate a personalized study plan just for them. It's basically a dedicated coach, on demand, 24/7. This quote really gets to the heart of Google's strategy here. They are going out of their way to position Gemini not as a shortcut to the answers, but as a tool for structured exam prep. The whole point is genuine learning. It's about building skills, not just helping someone cheat their way through.
But here's the thing. This JEE tool is really just the beginning. So let's explore how it fits into a much, much bigger picture. We're talking about going beyond just answers and building an entire AI learning ecosystem.
Okay, so the foundation, the starting point of this whole ecosystem is right here, with these new practice tests inside of Gemini. This is the entry point for a student who's looking for that focused, structured preparation. But the learning journey doesn't just stop inside that one app. The same kinds of tools are also integrated into Google Search's AI mode. Just imagine searching for a topic and then being able to instantly generate a custom quiz or a study guide right there from the search results. It connects that spark of curiosity directly to active learning. And then it all feeds into NotebookLM, which is Google's AI-powered note-taking app. So it can take a student's own class notes and poof, turn them into things like summaries, flashcards, even little audio reviews for learning on the go. You can start to see how all these pieces are designed to fit together to build a truly connected system. So now, let's zoom out even further. Because this isn't just about tools for individual students. This is about a full-on national strategy. This is about partnering with a nation. And this is where the ambition just gets massive. Google is actually partnering with Indian universities and government ministries on a pilot project to create what they're calling an AI-enabled state university. The whole goal is to build a national blueprint for how to use AI across all of higher education, from teaching and student support all the way to administration. And listen, this isn't just some vague idea. The partnerships are very real. Google's already working with the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. They're running the pilot program with Chaudhry Charan Singh University. And a huge piece of this is training teachers and staff across the country to use these tools for everything from designing better lessons to making their administrative work easier. And of course, there's serious money behind all this. Google's charitable arm, Google.org, is granting 850 million rupees, that's about $10 million to an organization called Wadhwani AI. And their specific job is to get these tools integrated into the official government-run education platforms. Just look at the scale of this ambition. It's staggering. By 2027, the goal is to reach 75 million students, 1.8 million educators, and 1 million professionals who are just starting their careers. I mean, this is not a niche project. This is a plan designed to touch almost every single level of India's education system. So what does all of this add up to? What does it mean for the big picture? Well, that brings us to our final section, the future of AI learning. I mean, could this be the ultimate education tool? When you connect all the dots, from the student tools to the teacher training to the huge government partnerships, it's just so clear that this is way more than a simple product launch. What we're actually watching is the deep, systematic integration of AI into the very fabric of a national education system. And it could create a blueprint for countries all over the world. And so this leaves us with a huge question. We can all see the potential here, right? Personalized tutoring on a massive scale, cutting down on administrative work, giving more people access to amazing resources. But will this actually make AI the ultimate tool for democratizing education? Can it truly, finally level the playing field for millions? That's the profound question we have